the F up. Here we go with the crying. Here we go with the whining. Here we go with the bitching. Huh? Ladies and gentlemen, it amazes me in this boxing community. People always want to be like, man, yo, these boxing channels got to be unbiased. Where's the unbiased channel? Where's the unbiased boxing channel host? Well, seems like I'm getting mad that I'm being unbiased, which I really wants for me to be biased. Oh, yo, but Punch, I thought that Teo was, you support Teo. Why are you saying that he should fight Devin Haney? Why are you making this a big deal? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm making it a big deal because Teofimo Lopez has made it a big deal to have Devin Haney in his head in 135, in 140 pound division, and leading up to the 147 pound division. Why am I saying that? Look, ladies and gentlemen, I've been praising Teofimo Lopez. I've been giving Teofimo Lopez the benefit of the doubt throughout his whole career, but I'm holding him accountable for his words, what he wants, what he been wanting, what he been preaching. All right? Everybody knows that I'm a Teo guy. I'm still support Teofimo Lopez, win, lose, or draw. I support Teofimo Lopez as the fighter and the man. But by me supporting him is by me keeping it real with him as well. Let me tell you like this. It's a disease to be a yes man for anybody. Huh? Yes men are diseases. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not like these other boxing content creators that have their little favorite fighter and just want to stick to a narrative and praise them and shit on everybody else. I'm gonna give Teofimo Lopez the benefit of the doubt because what he's done in the sport of boxing, let alone what he's done in the sport of boxing. His resume is up to par. His accomplishment is what it is. But I'm going to hold him accountable also for what he has stated, what he has said. For example, I wanted him to fight Devin Haney. Yes, I'm a little frustrated that he didn't sign the contract to fight Devin Haney because I feel like that was a winnable fight. Devin Haney, one of the most accomplished fighters of his generation as well. Teofimo Lopez had momentum. Teofimo Lopez been complaining that he haven't not got paid up to par, that all these guys get paid more than him. But look, he was going to get the bag as well, and he was going to get Devin Haney, and he looked great versus Arnold Barbosa, meaning that Teofimo Lopez was highly prepared. His intellect and physical ability is coexisting at the highest level. This was the perfect time, the perfect opportunity to fight Devin Haney, and he avoided. He ducked the contract. I called Devin Haney a duck when they avoided the top-ranked deal. Right? I'm loyal to my integrity. I'm loyal to my integrity as well. As much as I am to fighters that I respect, friends, family, I'm loyal to myself as well. And my intellect. If I could hold my children accountable and the people that I love accountable and my brothers and my sisters, and they are allowed to hold me accountable as well, then I could hold Teofimo Lopez accountable for his words. Like, the reason I wanted Teofimo Lopez to beat the crap out of Devin Haney because it would do good for his psyche. You know why? Because Devin Haney been living rent-free right here since the 135 and 140 pound division. The receipts are there. After the George Kambosos split decision loss, Teofimo Lopez publicly blamed corruption and that they wanted Devin Haney to be the undisputed. These are the receipts. Hold on.
The whole shit was a scheme, bro. They had DAZN. I was on a DAZN platform. They gave it to Kambosos because they knew what I was going to do with it. They knew what I was going to do. I was going to drop him. Then it's a longer process for Devin to become, quote-unquote,
y'all remember that? They wanted Devin Haney to be the undisputed. That was in his psyche. That's what I've been saying, that Devin Haney been capitalizing off Teofimo Lopez mishaps, or he been capitalizing off the politics in the sport of boxing that have been tampering with the legacy of Teofimo Lopez. The conspiracy theories of Teofimo Lopez, of Devin Haney, is in his mind. That he's capitalizing and they trying to do things to him because of Devin Haney. Look at the 140 pound division after the Jermaine Ortiz fight. Let me show you another receipts on what I'm talking about. The reason why that Teofimo Lopez needs to fight Devin Haney so that could get that itch out of his mind. Right? After the Jermaine Ortiz fight, in his post-fight conference, in his post-fight interview conference, he thought that if he was going to get robbed, it's because they wanted Devin Haney to get the Ring Magazine belt.
I said it to Peter with Top Rank, and I said, hey, you know, if they rob me, this is because they want the Ring magazine in the hands of Devin Haney.
You understand what I'm talking about? This is the reason why I wanted Teofimo Lopez to fight Devin Haney. Because constantly, Devin Haney, whether people want to admit it or not, been living rent-free in the mind of Teofimo Lopez. Let's not forget that before that fight with Jermaine Ortiz, he announced retirement, right? Teofimo Lopez announced retirement. And the WBO gave him a deadline to vacate his belt, right? And around that time, Devin Haney requested to the WBO that he's willing to fight for the possible vacant title to fight Honor Barbosa, right? Teofimo Lopez took it to social media. That's why I said I break things down publicly and show you receipts. Teofimo Lopez tweeted, came out of retirement for Devin Haney. So Devin Haney is dictating the moods. Came out of retirement, I guess, because the next move was for Devin Haney to fight sorry-ass Honor Barbosa for my WBO championship title at 140. F that. I'm tired of helping this kid be something that he is not, and that's a real champion. So if Teofimo Lopez is tired of boxing being politically corrupted towards him and giving Devin Haney, in the expense of Devin Haney in 135. If he thought that he was going to get robbed with Jermaine Ortiz because they want to give the Ring Lineal Championship to Devin Haney. The reason why he came back to the sport of boxing is because he thought that Devin Haney was going to capitalize off his WBO and be successful. So he didn't want Devin Haney to be successful and he to give in. Thus, me knowing why I'm saying what I'm saying. That Teofimo Lopez should have signed that deal, should have signed that for get that $8 million, generational wealth, and beat the crap out of Devin Haney from pillar to post, August 16th. So Devin Haney won't keep living rent-free right here. The receipts are there. It's not something that I'm saying. It's something that Teofimo Lopez has been saying. So I want him to hold himself accountable because publicly, it irks him. The Devin Haney's legacy and Devin Haney's career has been right here in the minds of Teofimo Lopez. And by him fighting Devin Haney, I said it in a video and I said it on live. Teofimo Lopez need not only this fight with Devin Haney because of legacy, to get it on his mind. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. Devin Haney has taken a piece of the glory of Teofimo Lopez because it was Teofimo Lopez that was supposed to be the youngest lightweight undisputed. It was Teofimo Lopez that if it wasn't for Josh Taylor vacating his world titles, that he should have been recognized as the first two-division undisputed world champion. Right? It was not going to be Terrence Bill Crawford, but because the politics of the sport of boxing and by the WBC in the lightweight division, and Josh Taylor vacating his belt, he didn't get that glory. And now Devin Haney is going to be fighting Brian Oman Jr. in November and wants to fight and requested to Turkey Out Sheikh for him and Brian Oman Jr. to fight for the Ring Championship belt. Let's not forget that Teofimo Lopez also declined to fight Brian Oman Jr. via Bob Arum, stated publicly. See, we only discuss things publicly. Whatever's behind the scenes, I don't give a damn. But publicly, I'm talking about what's been in public form. So to put that to rest, so Devin Haney won't be living rent-free. Teofimo Lopez should have signed and beat the crap out of Devin Haney. And I knew that Teofimo Lopez would have beaten Devin Haney from pillar to post. But I don't have that bragging rights. And none of the other Teofimo Lopez fans and supporters have that bragging right. Now we got to wait what Teofimo Lopez is going to be doing. Now, I respect Devin Haney as his accomplishment, one of the most accomplished fighters of the generation. I respect all fighters, modern-day warriors, modern-day gladiators, the one that put their life on the line for pure entertainment. And I believe that the Teofimo Lopez is the captain of the generation, the commander-in-chief, the takeover. But if he's not moving like the takeover, let me tell you like this. If Devin Haney beats Brian Oman Jr., and let's say they got that Lineal Ring Magazine title on the line, then Devin Haney will become a 3-division world champion, recognized as the youngest lightweight undisputed, beat Regis Prograis to become the 2-division world champion. He'll be a 3-division world champion by Brian Norman Jr., be a 2-time lineal champion, tying Teofimo Lopez. He will have an up on Teofimo Lopez. And then we're going to be questioning who's really the takeover. Is Devin Haney the takeover and Teofimo Lopez the dream? Who is the captain of the generation, the commander-in-chief? That's going to become in question. All because he avoided Devin Haney. And that, he got to take accountability. And because I recognize it and I identify it, that doesn't mean I'm not rooting for my guy. I'm checking my guy. I'm trying to reinforce my guy, Teofimo Lopez. I'm trying to give him the receipts that probably, sometimes, we say things in the past that we forget. Yeah, I make it clear. He did sign a three fight deal with Turkey Al Sheikh, and things, he was not going to get the $11 million that he signed for before the Barbosa fight, when he signed that deal before the Barbosa fight. It was he wanted Jerome Bruce Ennis to become a 3-division lineal champion. You could have ran like Bill Haney was running towards Brian Norman Jr. Should have ran to get the Brian Norman Jr. He was not going to get the money, the $11 million, but $8 million, also $8 million. And you don't leave that on the table. And people are not going to give you the benefit of the doubt. People are not going to give Teofimo Lopez the benefit of the doubt. And that's legit because he's been complaining about not getting paid up to par. So he was going to get paid that money. It's time to put Devin Haney living rent-free in T.O.'s mind to rest. And the only way by doing that is by whooping his ass. Period. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. But make sure you get that fight with Devin Haney. Because if you don't get that fight with Devin Haney, that shit is going to haunt you. It's going to haunt Teofimo Lopez. The career of Devin Haney is already haunting him. Because publicly, 135, like I show you the receipts, it can't lie. That don't lie. Whoop Devin Haney's ass. Make sure you get that fight.